has the typical long crank, and my battery charger's not here. I loaned it to my,
Oh, I got a jump box.
well, it should go.
Yeah. All right, good morning. So I'm on my way. I'm outside Philadelphia right now in the 940. We took a trip up to the Philadelphia area to obviously pick up another Range Rover. So yeah, we bought this one offline. It was I guess an eBay deal that fell through. And the plan was to come up here and tow it back. Tow vehicle didn't work out, so what I'm going to do now is meet the owner at the Pennsylvania tag service, get the title figured out, and then have this thing AAA'd back to, I guess, my parents' house in Pennsylvania. We'll pick it up at a later time. But yeah, we're on 76 right now, headed to check out the, it's an 88 short wheelbase 3.5 Classic. And he's got a bunch of other stuff there he wants us to check out as far as parts, pieces, maybe another disco. So yeah, just follow along. We'll see where today goes. All right, so we got the titling all wrapped up at the auto tag agency because Pennsylvania. Headed back to the seller's house. I've got the title finally, where he's going to. We're gonna go through the truck real quick. I'm gonna have to AAA this one. I don't have anyone else with me to help me drive it back. But he's also got a 97 disco to look at and a whole bunch of parts, so I'm kind of excited to see what else he's got in store for us. He used to be a master Rover tech at the Rover dealer up this way, so it's really interesting when you run into these Rover guys. Like I said, old Rovers lead to more Rovers, and this one's pretty exciting because it's so low mileage. This 88 only has 108,000 miles in it, which might be the lowest mileage running and driving short wheelbase classic in the country for the price. So yeah, that's you know, that's pretty cool. It's obviously, I'm assuming it's gonna have rust. It's a Pennsylvania truck, so it's definitely gonna have a little bit of rust when in the typical spots. But the big unknown is what it actually looks like, because I haven't seen pictures of the underneath. Owner is slightly old school. I didn't get a whole lot of pictures on what it looks like, so I'm really anxious to see what I've gotten myself into. But we'll check it out here in a little bit. All right, there she is.
We'll check it out. Oh, here it is. No, 5343. So what did I put in?
I don't know. I've never seen that style radio before. It must have been an 80.
Oh, well, that's what should be in your 89. Here, let me in there. Let me make it work. I put the wrong code in. 5343.
Well, there she is. We're doing the old AAA back to the house, but. Yeah, I'll do a little more in depth when we get back there. We've been trying to coordinate with the tow truck driver and everything, but again, starts and runs, 88 short wheelbase, 2-owner truck, 100,000 miles. It's about as cool as it gets, guys. I'm pumped. I can't wait to get this one back to Richmond, but it runs and drives. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So yeah, it's rough, but you know, radio works. Has tires, it's got rust obviously, but it's all there. It's complete. I don't think I've ever purchased one of these running and driving. So yeah, that's a first for the channel. We towing it with dollies. So this is the original key, and this is the original cylinder code for the lock cylinders, which is pretty wild. We'll see if we get any other keys, but so far it's only the one, which is pretty standard for these type of pickups. All right, so it doesn't really get any better than this. Got the Beluga Black 88 short wheelbase on the dollies, getting it towed back to my house in Pennsylvania here, where it's going to sit till we can get it back down to Richmond. Just didn't have the time to organize the transporter to get it all the way back, but this will work. I mean, it couldn't have been a better story, honestly. Dave, the owner that we bought it from, is a super nice guy. He was a master rover tech, I think from the late 80s, early 2006, in the local rover dealer in southeast Pennsylvania here. Wealth of knowledge, really nice guy. He bought it off the original owner, who was a local real estate guy here in the Philadelphia area. So, you know, it's always been let's see the rust falling off it. That's awesome. Again, always been a local, well-maintained PA truck. I mean, you've got rocker rust and stuff like that, but the frame mounts are solid. The frame itself is solid. Mechanically, it's in great condition. It runs like a top. It's, you know, I don't see many 88s, and all of a sudden we've got 3 of them. So I think that's pretty neat. I mean, the seats work, the radio works, the wipers work, the lights work. It's got the seal around the rear tailgate, which needs some tweaking. The tires aren't bad. It's an 88, so it doesn't have ABS. There's no air suspension. It's just a neat truck, you know. I am pretty excited about this one just because it's all original. I've got the original manuals, got the original key. I mean, if you're a rover guy and this is what you're into, again, I don't deal with pristine trucks or anything that's in perfect condition, so this one's pretty exciting. When we get back to the house, I'll jump in it and take it around the block a couple times before I head back down to Richmond to give you a better walkthrough on it. But that's what we got going on so far. So check back here in a little bit. And this is great. You can't really see it, but every time he hits a bump, I'm getting peppered with rover rust. Doesn't, like I said, doesn't get any more rover typical than this right now. All right, well, here she is. 88 Beluga Black, 100,000 mile Range Rover Classic. I'll do the running and driving. I'll do the full walk around here for you. Tires are in decent shape. Obviously a little rust here on the shock towers, short floors. Yeah, there's some holes, but that is to be expected. Clear coat has pretty much been buffed off probably in the past. Other than that, you know, you just got some pitting and stuff on the original paintwork. Frame's in decent shape. Obviously some rocker rust all over the place. Down here in the usual spots, but it's not terrible here. Original carpet, original mats, a little rust here. Seats are in very decent condition. Wood door panel is in very good condition. Again, this truck only has 100,000 miles. Door opens on the first pull. That's pretty rare. I don't think any of our Rovers open on the first pull, but again, original mats. You got the padding that just keeps in the moisture for the rust. They're still in there. God bless them. You've got all the cubby plastic. It's not too screwed with. Big old rust hole, but not too terrible. Slight exhaust leak, but nothing too audible. All complete in the back. Missing a wiper, not a big deal. The truck is running, if you can't tell. It's very quiet. Tailgate, a little rusty. Not too bad, but we've got the tailgate cover. We've got an old original mat, some other mats, toolkit and whatnot, which is pretty awesome. Fix this up. Jump down under here, a little bit of rust. There's the body mounts, but again, this thing was maintained and really just not bad for a Northeast truck. More rust down here on the body, not terrible. Brake lines are still intact, pedal is good feel. It's just wild to see the carpets all there. We'll come over to, oh, this is awesome. Original, check this out. Original manual, but not just the original manual. It still has the Range Rover pen. I mean, it's an awesome little time capsule. All the original books. Look at that. Radio serial number, lockout code. I told you I have the original key with the tumblers in it. I mean, I'll go through all this later, but that stuff's just neat. Old first aid kit. Guy was, again, super nice. Seats are in good condition, not all ripped up or anything. This is a 4-liter head gasket he gave me as well. Headliner not sagging, a little bit ripped up, but it's all there. Come back to the front and finish this up real quick. I'm gonna need a marker here. I'm gonna need this cover. That's really about it. Not too bad under there. Obviously some floor rust. Running very smoothly. Awesome. Let's check out the interior. All right, let's jump in here real quick. She's quiet. And smooth. Could use a tune-up. The radio does work as well. I'm not going to turn it on just because I'll probably get a copyright claim or whatnot. But the seats work. I just unplug the power fuse so the battery doesn't drain or anything while it sits here for a little while. Oh, look at this. So many awesome little Easter eggs with this truck. I love it. Again, that's the best part about the Rover people and the culture. Again, you don't run into a lot of bad people, a lot of good actors here. Blower. Yeah. Blower kicks on. Not too bad. Again, these aren't all rusted out. Clock doesn't appear to work. Let's check the mirrors. Yep, mirrors work. Wild. We're good on coolant. We need some gas. EFI lights on, but it's all very clear. I'll mess with the radio later, but it does work. First Classic to have it. Here's the original window switches. I guess he's got this one in for now. Back seat, headliner. Just loving it so far. Let's check out the engine. All right, purring. So it's a 3.5. This is an 88. He said he's redone. It's a not a custom radiator, but he added a third radiator in the original mounting bracket, so that's nice. No odd noises or anything. A little bit rusty around again the shock towers or anything like that, but it purrs. And that compressor is kicking. That's wild. We mostly just cut those belts off. Yep, push that in. I'll probably engage now. There you go. All right, we'll take a little road test. Kill the fan here. Drop it in drive. No crazy driveline clunk or anything. Test out the brakes. Good brake feel. She's moving. He hasn't driven this in some years, so it was, again, like most of these things, it was started probably every once in a while and driven around the block, but obviously not daily driven for a while. Only put about 4,000 miles on it since he bought it, I think in the early 2000s from the original owner. But so far, smooth, no wild noises. Transmission shifting well. particularly quick. That wasn't full throttle. Again, just doing a quick roll about here. Oh yeah, this is good. I'm happy. It passes the test. I'm not going to be driving it home all the way back to Virginia, but again, tight steering. Steering box feels good. Didn't have any crazy leaks or anything. Give it some gas. Dead smooth. I mean, this steering box is so tight. There's no play in the steering. Usually it's terrible. I'll whip it around and bring it back now. All right. Temperature is still looking good. You know, that's what makes you really believe this is a true, I mean, it's Carfax verified, but 100,000 mile truck. Odometer's working as well. All the windows work. Missing the fuse box cover, but other than that, it's complete. Awesome. Well, now I'm gonna park it and come back for it later. All right, guys, that's enough fun for one day. I gotta head back down to Virginia, so a long day ahead of me. But I had a blast. This thing's gonna be pretty decent. I'm not sure again what the plan for it's gonna be, but again, it runs and drives great, and you can't really ask a whole lot for these very inexpensive, fun old Rovers. And it's funny, as I put it in this position right here, this is exactly how you want to find them. You know, just tucked back up in someone's driveway, just been sitting there for a few years, or has a no start issue. So I think this will do. Yeah. So again, we're doing all types of Rover stuff. Check out the rest of my videos. Check out Doug's channel. I'm sure you've seen those as well. I'm going to try to get this one down to Richmond as soon as possible. Get it up on a lift and check it out. We're going to be holding on to this one. So stay tuned. Please feel free to subscribe. We've been getting a whole lot of interest lately. So feel free to comment. Let me know what you want to see, because we're just going to keep doing these while we're still having fun. So appreciate it. Keep looking around out there. You'll find something. Oh yeah, last couple of Easter eggs. Here we've got the original keychain. He's nice to give me these awesome old patches, and this placard obviously is not going to a Classic, but it's in original condition and pretty neat. You know, again, this is the kind of stuff that makes this cool, and it's always, you know, interesting to share everyone's experiences, especially since this truck was, you know, something he likes so much. So yeah, again, another good find here for Rover Rescue.